The Best Day of Your Life, Chapter 2, The Tunnel of the Past. How Spirituality Deals with the Past. Many of the oldest spiritual teachings, like the Bhagavad Gita, don't mention the past at all. This is very instructive in itself. It teaches us that we will not find our treasure by dwelling on the past. We should focus our attention mainly on present action with a vision of the future that we want. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. It is serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. The Tao Te Ching, approximately 600 BCE. Style break. Wearing chain belts. Pair a chain belt with a maxi dress that is more fitted on top and with a long, loose drape on the bottom. Use a solid color and keep other accessories minimal. Spirituality is very practical. It doesn't waste time on topics that won't directly serve you and teach you how to have a better life. The live tree produces the new leaf with each return of spring. It will have nothing to do with its dead ones. It treasures up no withered rose leaves to bring back sad remembrance. Thoughts are things, 1889. Thinking about the past, reminiscing constantly, and telling stories from the past, good or bad, leads you in the opposite direction of your treasure. Because the past is behind you and your treasure lies ahead. Children are a great example of how to treat the past. Most of the time, once they are finished with a project, they forget about it and move on to the next thing. They are not interested in how they looked last year or last month. Children aren't obsessed with how their appearance is changing over time. Kids don't run around taking photos. They don't talk much about the past. They are more concerned with what they are doing now. Style break. Avoid a shirt dress with bold buttons when wearing a chain belt. Children are focused on the present moment, on what's next. Kids don't have a past to compare with. They only live in the present. They don't understand the future. This is why they are usually so happy and carefree. They see only growth and play. Can you be like this again? Yes, and the more you are, then the easier it will be to find your treasure. But the real self, the spirit, cares relatively little for its past. It courts change. It expects to be a different individual in thought a year hence from that it is today. Thoughts are things, 1889. Dwelling on the past makes us develop feelings of attachment and look backward as though the best times were behind us, as though our best is behind us. It can make us fear that we will never have it so good again. None of this will help us find our treasure. Style break. Pairing brights with black and white. When you want to wear a bright color, try keeping the rest of the outfit in black and white. It will really make bright colors pop and look striking. Therefore, the master acts without doing anything, and teaches without saying anything. Things arise, and she lets them come. Things disappear, and she lets them go. She has but doesn't possess, acts but doesn't expect. When her work is done, she forgets it. That is why it lasts forever. Tao Te Ching, approximately 600 BCE. Youth physically is fresh and blooming because it packs no past sad material remembrances with it. Thoughts are things, 1889. Always look forward to better days ahead. It's very important that you train your mind to never view the past as better than today. No matter your age or how many wonderful and incredible experiences you have had, you must always look forward to better times. This is because you won't be able to find your treasure unless you maintain your optimism. Most importantly, you must never compare your life, looks, or anything else now to that of the past. Comparisons only make life harder. They can fill you with regret and sadness. The media is constantly comparing pictures of celebrities from 10 or 20 years ago and today. It is either to show how well or poorly the person is aging. But in either case, it harms our peace of mind and makes it more difficult to find our treasure. Either these comparisons will increase our fear of our own aging, or They will pressure us to try and stay young in appearance forever. Neither is helpful. Instead, spirituality teaches us that change is natural. Nothing in the universe stands still, and we are a part of this ever-changing landscape. Appreciate who you are now, today, right at this very moment, and be glad to be alive. Style break. Use a wide belt with a maxi dress. A wide belt will look proportional with the long length of the dress. You too are always changing form. You browse through a family photo album and come across a photo of yourself as a young child. Where is that little child now? You know that it is you. You have the same name, and yet it doesn't look like you. Are you still that child, or are you someone else? You are not fixed or permanent. You are not the same person, but you are not a totally different person either. The Art of Living, 2017. Practice looking forward, always looking forward to something better. Better health, finer physique, greater happiness, bigger success. Secret of the Ages, 1925. Style break. In this photo, we use a wide belt with a maxi dress to break up the vertical line. When you constantly look at old pictures, you will naturally see a change in your appearance, but these pictures only show the outer. They don't measure your inner growth, your increase in talents, skills, learning, how you've improved your character, how much you've grown and maintained your integrity, goals and dreams you've achieved, challenges you've overcome, your courage, your determination, the love you've given and received, and so many other important parts of who you are. Your physical appearance is only a tiny fraction of what makes you special, and yet the whole world is telling us that a youthful appearance is all that matters. Spirituality knows better. Style break. Dull, muted colors. Don't be afraid to mix different colors together. Just make sure the colors are of equal saturation. For example, dull as shown. Also, a cropped jacket pairs well with a mighty skirt and boots. Nothing in nature, nothing in the universe is at a standstill. Nothing goes backward. A gigantic, incomprehensible force and wisdom moves all things forward toward greater and higher powers and possibilities. You are included in and are a part of this force. Thoughts are things, 1889. Power comes of looking forward with hope, of expecting and demanding the better things to come. That is the law of the infinite mind, and when we follow it, we live in that mind. Thoughts are things, 1889. We are idolaters of the old. We do not believe in the riches of the soul, in its proper eternity and omnipresence. We do not believe there is any force in today to rival or recreate that beautiful yesterday. Spiritual Emerson, 1803 to 1882. Dwelling on the past happy memories makes attachment to them grow, especially dwelling on sensory delights or extremely emotional experiences. In order to remain peaceful and calm in the present, and to continue on the journey to our treasure, we have to remain somewhat detached from our past. Replace obsessive thoughts about the past as quickly as possible with something you can focus on in the present, especially a positive action you can take right now. The voice of the Almighty saith, "Upward and onward, forevermore." Spiritual Emerson, 1803 to 1882. In the world of business, your active, enterprising, pushing man of affairs spends little time in sad reminiscence. If he did, his business would suffer. His thought is forward. Thoughts are things, 1889. Style break. Mixed prints. Try not to overlap or wear mixed prints side by side. Have some space. Also, have at least one common color in both prints. A true man belongs to no other time or place, but is the center of things. Where he is, there is nature. Ralph Waldo Emerson, 1803 to 1882. These roses under my window make no reference to former roses or to better ones. They are for what they are. They exist with God today. There is no time to them. There is simply the rose. It is perfect in every moment of its existence. But man postpones or remembers. He does not live in the present, but with reverted eye laments the past, or, heedless of the riches that surround him, stands on tiptoe to foresee the future. He cannot be happy and strong until he too lives with nature, in the present, above time. Ralph Waldo Emerson, 1803 to 1882. Style break. The jacket and dress both contain similar blues and greens. They are separated by a white shirt. Stretch your mind to realize how infinitely far it can reach out, what boundless vision it can have. Breathe out all the old thoughts of sickness, discouragement, failure, worry, and fear. Breathe in deep, long breaths, thoughts of unlimited health and strength, unlimited happiness and success. Secret of the Ages, 1925. Youth is not a matter of time. It is a mental state. You can be just as brisk, just as active, just as lighthearted now as you were 10 or 20 years ago. Genuine youth is just a perfect state of health. You can have that health and the boundless energy and capacity for work or enjoyment that go with it. Secret of the Ages, 1925. Style break. Bold white accessories. White accessories are great when paired with brightly colored clothing. Try a white belt. Do you know what is responsible for much of the difference between youth and age? Just one thing. Youth looks forward, always to something better. Age looks backward and sighs over its lost youth. In youth, we are constantly growing. We know we have not yet reached our prime. We know we can expect to continually improve. We look forward to ever-increasing physical powers. We look forward to a finer, more perfect physique. We look forward to greater mental alertness. We have been educated to expect these things, and therefore we believe we shall get them. And we get them. Secret of the Ages, 1925. Style break. When you are wearing bright colors, break up the look with solid, bold, white accessories, such as a white belt, white shoes or boots, white necklace, white bracelet. Age is not a matter of years, it is a state of mind. Secret of the Ages, 1925. You can hold before your mind's eye only the vision of youth, of manly vigor, of energy and strength and beauty, and that is the model your cells will use to build upon. Secret of the Ages, 1925. Cherish the happy times and be thankful. Use your positive memories and experiences as inspiration to keep you motivated today. Every moment of joy from the past is a gift from the universe that you should cherish and be thankful for. Those feelings of love from the past show you what's possible, and they are possible again in the future. Nothing is impossible with spirituality. Of course, it wouldn't be the same love, but it could be something just as pure, rich, and deep. We never know what the universe has in store for us if we keep our minds and hearts open. And it's especially important to hold in mind those moments of your life when you were challenged and tested and didn't give up. Remember the strength that you called upon and use it again when new challenges arise. I did this before and I can do it again should be the way of thinking. Every dream that comes true is just a gateway to another dream to work on. There is no limit to the number of dreams you can have and achieve. So don't view past accomplishments as the high point of your life, but only as a stepping stone to better and bigger things ahead. On this point, spirituality is very, very clear. There is no end to growth while we are alive. Use the past victories to keep working for new ones. Live as much as you please in whatever of your past that has given you a healthy enjoyment. These are not of the decaying past. These are full of life, freshness, and beauty, and are of today. Thoughts Are Things, 1889. Style break. A mighty shirt dress looks good with a white belt and socks and sandals. While spirituality may not bring up the past very much, it does emphasize the importance of gratitude and this often applies to blessings and gifts from the past. Gratitude is a wonderful and productive way to think about past positive experiences. When facing difficult times, simply think, "Thank you for," and bring up any beautiful memory. This is a way to directly transform those positive feelings into strength for current challenges. The more gratefully we fix our minds on the Supreme when good things come to us, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they will come. Science of Getting Rich, 1910. You cannot exercise much power without gratitude, for it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power. Without gratitude, you cannot long keep from dissatisfied thought regarding things as they are. Science of Getting Rich, 1910. Style break. Pair a white jean jacket with a white belt and shoes for a crisp and cohesive look. The science of happiness lies in controlling our thought and getting thought from sources of healthy life. Thoughts are things, 1889. Just remember to be disciplined when thinking about the past. Think of past successes and use that to motivate you, but don't dwell. Don't live in the past, no matter how wonderful it was and no matter how much love you felt. Channel that past happiness into present actions. Always expect better things ahead. It is necessary then to cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Science of Getting Rich, 1910. Style break. The rule of thirds applies to the bottom layer of clothes unless the jacket is closed. Here, the top is 1/3 and the pants are 2/3 of the outfit. Extract the lessons from past mistakes and then put them out of your mind. Undoubtedly, we have all had negative memories of the past. We have all made mistakes, had our hearts broken, well, most of us, lost things we value, had disappointments, etc. If you have a sad remembrance, fling it off. If you want to grow old, feeble, gray, and withered, go at once and live in your past and regret your youth. Thoughts are things, 1889. Spirituality divides our past negative experiences into two broad categories, childhood and beyond. It's much easier to address mistakes and bad experiences from our adult life. The teachings are clear on this point. Extract the lesson, learn from it, and try not to make the same mistakes again. Then, let it go and put it out of your mind. Every negative experience from the past helps us grow as a person and overcome future challenges with more courage, knowledge, and confidence. Style break. Here, the dress is 2/3 of the outfit and the legs are 1/3 of the outfit. Again, notice the use of bold, white accessories to add contrast. When you make a mistake, accept the punishment or consequences of that mistake as necessary for your growth. I was speeding and so I deserved that ticket. I won't speed again. Fling off the remembrance of everything in the past that has annoyed you, everything you regret, everything you have mourned over. Thoughts of things, 1889. Some past experiences, like a speeding ticket, are a slip, an annoyance. Other past negative memories can span years and even decades, like a bad marriage or a bad job. The mind naturally wants to feel regret and blame in these instances, but spirituality urges taking personal responsibility. I made the decision I thought was right at the time is a good thing to tell yourself when reflecting on big mistakes of the past. Only hindsight is 20/20. In the moment of making a decision, we might be nearly blind, especially in youth. Style break. The color camel can work with both bright and dull colors, but it looks better with dull. Here it is paired with dull purple and beige. Take full responsibility for your choices and especially for your failures. Think of the good that came even from what you consider to be your biggest mistakes. Every failure shapes our character. Character is built from suffering, and suffering comes from loss, from disappointment, and from mistakes. The person with a perfect life who never experiences any adversity doesn't develop character or grow. They don't discover their inner strength and are like a baby bird who never develops their wings and uses them to fly away and live their own life. Many of us have experienced moments of acute sadness, fear, or despair that we don't understand. We don't know where the feelings come from. When you look deeply enough, you are able to see the deep roots that may be ancestral suffering passed down to you. This helps you to transform the suffering, reducing the pain and despair you feel. If your suffering, sorrow, or depression has been going on for some time, there must be something that is feeding it. It's very tempting to want to stay strong and healthy and never suffer any pain or illness. Many of us hope we will never have to encounter serious difficulties or challenges in our lives. But my own experience is that had I not encountered great difficulties and suffering, I would never have had the chance to grow on my spiritual path. I would never have had the chance to heal, transform, and touch such profound peace, joy, and freedom. If we don't experience suffering, how can we ever generate understanding and compassion? Compassion is born from understanding suffering, and without understanding and compassion, we cannot be a happy person. The Art of Living, Thich Nhat Hanh, 2017. Style break. Gray is another versatile neutral color that can be worn with both bright and dull colors. We cannot create happiness in a place where there is no suffering, just as we cannot grow lotuses without mud. Happiness and peace are born from transforming pain. If there was no mud, how could a lotus grow? Lotuses cannot grow on marble. Art of Living, 2017. You may be saying, I have failed in life and shall always be a failure. That is because you are ever looking back, living in your failure, and thereby bringing to you more failure. Reverse this attitude of mind. Work it in the other way and live in future success. Thoughts Are Things, 1889. Style break. In this look, gray is paired with bright green scarf and belt. Other accessories are black and white. Look how he abused me and beat me, how he threw me down and robbed me. Live with such thoughts and you live in hate. Look how he abused me and beat me, how he threw me down and robbed me. Abandon such thoughts and live in love. In this world, hate never dispelled hate. Only love dispels hate. This is the law, ancient and inexhaustible. Sayings of the Buddha, approximately 550 BCE. Failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. Therefore, the master fulfills her own obligations and corrects her own mistakes. She does what she needs to do and demands nothing of others. Tao Te Ching, approximately 600 BCE. Style break. In this look, a brightly colored scarf is paired with a light gray jacket. The other accessories are also bright blue and purple. As much as possible, avoid regret, blame, and shame. Again, a powerful use of gratitude is to be thankful for the past challenges, for how they taught you valuable lessons and maybe even prevented worse mistakes later. God never mourns or regrets. You as a spirit are made in His image. God is eternal life, joy, and serenity. Thoughts Are Things, 1889. Still, once the lesson is learned, we don't want to dwell on negative things from the past. Find the silver lining in every negative experience. There is always a silver lining, although some are harder to spot. Style break. Wearing a flower belt. A flower belt is a statement piece no matter how simple it looks. First, try wearing it over a jacket or thicker fabric because it will be hard to tighten. Next, keep other accessories very simple. Travel on alone rather than with a fool for company. Do not carry with you your mistakes. Do not carry your cares. Travel on alone like an elephant in the forest. Sayings of the Buddha, approximately 550 BCE. It's not easy to face the fact that both the positive and negative parts of our past have shaped the person we are today. And it's even harder to admit that many of the qualities we are most proud of now probably came from the negative parts of our past. So we should be thankful for the negative experiences, learn from them, and then gently put them out of our mind. Do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature if you have had them. Do not think of them at all. Do not tell of the poverty of your parents or the hardship of your early life. Let the dead bury their dead, as Jesus said. Science of Getting Rich, 1910. Style break. The flower belt is the star in this look. It might have been better to wear it over a coat, jacket, or thicker dress so it didn't overwhelm the waist. Thank you for listening to part 4 of The Best Day of Your Life, The Tunnel to the Past. For more information, please visit www.shiabrims.com or follow me on Instagram @shiabrims.